Welcome to Amsterdam, home of the canals, the bikes, and the biggest housing problem here in the Netherlands. For those of you that don't know, housing has been one of the biggest issues here in the Netherlands. Basically, there's a crisis going where there aren't enough homes for people that want one, and on top of that, prices have gone straight through the roof, not just for purchasing, but also for rent. There's up a lot of young people here, just people in general, I should say, to feel like having a home one day is just something that's not attainable, and definitely something that's really frustrating for a lot of people here in the country. So I wanted to come out here to speak with people to see what they think about this, and yeah, just get firsthand stories. So please stay tuned to find out. So what are your thoughts on the housing situation here in the Netherlands?
I don't know, it's going pretty crazy with the prices, I think. Mainly in Amsterdam, because of location-wise, the prices are just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to live here if you're not like super rich. Like normal is not even good enough anymore.
And currently you're living here in Amsterdam,
Yeah.
right?
With my parents.
Gotcha. Would you like to
I'm
stay in
not
Amsterdam
sure.
after you move
I would
up?
love to stay in Amsterdam,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if I can. Let's hope.
To get a house or accommodation, you have to be in good time. I started searching for my student room or like studio, no, not even a studio, in March, and I was just lucky to get an apartment, or actually it's a room, because someone else cancelled, but it's really hard. And I pay around 919 euros for approximately 15 square meters, and I share a kitchen, and yeah, I have my own bathroom, so that's nice.
Gotcha.
But that is only for 6 months. So in November I have to find a new place, and so far it's looking dark, but I'm trying to stay positive at least.
You got this, you got
Yes.
this.
Het is duur. De huisvesting is ook moeilijk. Het is ook moeilijk te vinden, ja.
Dus wat denk jij over die huissituatie hier in Nederland?
Nou, ik vind het heel zorgelijk dat niemand, of dat het zo moeilijk is om een huis te vinden. Ik heb een zoon van 14 en ik ben nu soms al bezorgd dat hij zelf geen huis kan vinden.
En was het hetzelfde zou je zeggen toen jij, when you were his age, weet je het?
Op zijn leeftijd.
Omdat
Klopt
ik
niet
ben
meer.
benieuwd als het een nieuwe situatie hier in Nederland is of als het altijd was al zo.
Nee, het is heel erg hoor nu.
Ja?
Ja, het is echt heel erg. Ja. Nou, bijvoorbeeld wat je ook hoort, mensen die gaan scheiden, die kunnen eigenlijk niet, die willen scheiden, maar die kunnen niet uit elkaar, omdat
duur is.
Nou, omdat mensen geen huis kunnen vinden.
Ah,
dus
ja.
dan moet je bij elkaar wonen, want je hebt dus niet... Nou, dat vind ik toch wel heel erg.
Ja.
Ik zou niet willen dat de hele wereld gaat scheiden, maar als je dan toch besloten hebt, ik wil uit elkaar,
Ja.
dan kan het dus niet,
Ja.
omdat je geen huis kan vinden.
Wauw.
Ja, dat is toch erg?
Ja. Nee,
Er zijn
super.
heel veel schijnende situaties hoor, volgens mij. Ja.
En denk je dat zou beter worden of niet?
Ik hoop het, maar ik zie nog niet zo snel hoe.
Ah,
Nee,
Ah.
nee.
dus
Nee.
gaan we kijken.
Ja, we gaan
zien.
kijken. Ja, precies. Ja.
En jij, wat denk jij over die situatie?
Nee, een beetje hetzelfde, inderdaad. Maar iets heel erg veranderd. Toen wij, toen wij de leeftijd waren van de zoon, was het veel makkelijker. Ja, we keken naar de krant en we haalden de advertenties uit om een kamer te vinden. Ik zie het ook bij mijn nichtjes, die studeren. Ja, is gewoon lastig.
Ja.
Sociale woningbouw, dat is echt is heel erg verminderd.
Ja.
Er is eigenlijk bijna niks meer.
Nee, is niks meer.
Nee.
En dat moet aandacht hebben. En dat is het probleem nu. Dus er zijn heel veel koopwoningen en weet ik het wat. Voor mensen met een hoger salaris.
Ja.
Maar niet meer voor mensen met een lager salaris.
En waarom heeft dit gebeurd hier in Nederland? Zouden jullie zeggen?
Ik denk dat dat een politiek is
Ja.
van vele jaren. We hadden best wel een verzorgingsstaat. Veel aandacht voor de mensen die het moeilijker hadden, et cetera. Dat je ook bijvoorbeeld de binnenstad hier in Amsterdam voor iedereen maakt. Hè? Dus dat iedereen hier kan wonen. Niet
Ja.
alleen de mensen met een goed salaris.
Ja.
Nou, en dat is helemaal...
Gewoon
afgegleden.
ander beleid.
Het is nu een beetje, als jij veel geld hebt, dan kan je hier wonen, maar als jij minder geld hebt, niet. Ik kan niet toevallig wonen, ik heb niet heel veel geld, omdat ik nog in een soort kraakwoning, een squat woning.
Ja.
En daar hele duidelijke afspraken over zijn gemaakt, maar wij zijn nog enkelingen.
Ah, gotcha.
Dat is jammer. Dat is jammer.
Ja.
Ik hoop dat dat gewoon weer verandert en dat daar heel veel aandacht voor komt. Maar
Ja.
de mensen moeten ook zo kiezen tijdens de elections.
Ja.
Ja,
Dat is het
inderdaad.
probleem.
No. No, interessant. So as you can see so far, people are definitely really frustrated and just not happy about the housing situation here in the Netherlands, specifically here in Amsterdam. You know, people feeling like they're not going to be able to buy a home one day, or, you know, having to do the search months and months in advance. And yeah, this is definitely, I think, a problem not just here, but just around the world. I've been seeing this quite a bit. Is it going to change? I don't know. It seems people are not too hopeful that it will. But I guess we'll just have to find out. What do you think about the housing situation here in the Netherlands?
Yeah, it sucks, man. We were actually just talking about it. Yeah, man, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Like everything's too expensive. But yeah, what you gonna do?
You-
You have to fight grootkapitaal. What's it in English? Grootkapitaal.
Yeah,
like the big companies.
Big
and
company,
stuff.
yeah.
The big-
And if you don't mind me asking, how much are you paying for rent or?
For here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sort of social rent.
Yeah.
And we live here with 4 people and we pay like $7.50 per person. Something
Okay.
like that.
And do you feel paying like the higher prices here in Amsterdam is it worth it? Do you feel or?
Well, this is definitely worth it, but this is not so much. This is like relatively because we live super big.
Yeah.
But like normally, we were just talking about if you buy a house here in the center, it's like 10,000 euros per square meter or something.
Wow.
So yeah, man, it sucks, man.
I only know as a renter because I've never bought a place, so my experience just as a renter. But it's very difficult. I live here for 11 years, and it used to be tricky 11 years ago, but now I would say it's even worse. If you're around the center, you're around 800 euros on average, I would say.
Hey, just for the room, just for one room.
Just
right?
for one room.
Yeah.
So one room in a shared house.
Yeah.
I would say that around the center is an average of 800 euros, when it used to be much more closer to 500 or 600 when I moved here in 2011. So.
But is it worth it to you though, paying the price?
I mean, I think it was. It was for a long time. I think living as a student here is very easy, because you are also spending way less on public transport because you're cycling everywhere.
Yeah.
So you have to understand also that you skip a big chunk of a couple hundred euros maybe, just because you cycle everywhere. So that's quite nice. And the city is very small and it's very easy to move around. So it was worth it for a long time, but if you want to have a little garden, then it's not, you know. If you want to be able to, you start growing up and you want to host people, right? You want to be able to welcome people into your house, people who are coming to visit you in the Netherlands, and that's not possible if you only have a bedroom.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think about the housing situation here in the Netherlands?
Well, I feel like right now the housing market is really like there's so much pressure on it, and there's like so many people looking for like apartments or like to buy an actual house, and there's just not enough available on the market right now, so it's all super expensive as well, and yeah, it's really bad. Actually, my room is super cheap relatively,
Yeah.
so I was really lucky. But for example, I have so many friends who've been looking for a room like forever and they just can't find anything.
Yeah.
And like they really want to move out and they want to start their life in a new city as a student, you know, and they just have to commute to school every day and it's really annoying for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels kind of bad to see that.
Do you think things will get better or?
I don't know how they would, to be honest, because like I think there will only be more and more people in the future, and I mean the Netherlands is a small country, right? Like there's only this much space, so
Yeah.
I really don't know how it's gonna be solved, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very expensive actually. I have a lot of friends who are still struggling to find the place, and even after Corona, it's more expensive. It's been 3 years I'm living in a student student building, but I have to leave from there soon, and I'm already preparing, you know, and searching a new place because it's very hard. I have seen people who are struggling for 6 months and not getting a cheaper place,
Wow.
and at the end they have to pay more than 1,000 euros for just a room.
Wow.
So yeah, it's very expensive and very difficult to find a place, especially in Amsterdam.
I don't know too much about it, but I know the prices are quite high right now. I don't think it's something good, especially for young people that want to move here, like students that like can't pay houses. So I know a lot of people are like moving out. I'm becoming a student, I'm moving out, I don't know, in a couple of years. So I would prefer if it were cheaper.
And you're born in Amsterdam?
I was born and raised in Amsterdam.
Okay. Do you feel like getting a home one day, like buying a home, is obtainable, or does it feel impossible right now?
I don't know. I have a feeling I'm gonna make money. I don't know how still, but like
You'll
I'm
figure it out.
focusing on my education, and I think it's going to be possible.
All right, there you have it, everybody. As you can see, it's kind of a tough topic right now, the housing situation here in the country, specifically here in Amsterdam. You know, there's people that feel like they don't know if it's going to improve anytime soon. People feeling like they have to leave because it's not going to be obtainable having a home. It's really unfortunate to hear, but I think, as I said earlier in the video, it's a situation happening around the world. So if you're here in the Netherlands, let me know what you think about the housing situation here, but also if you live outside of the Netherlands, let me know what's going on in your country, in your city. I know for my home in California, you know, it's definitely quite expensive out there, but I think it's been quite expensive for quite some time, I would say. But yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Drop it down in the comments, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace.